Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and today I'm working on a Martha Washington star block. This is another block in the Block of the Month series, and this one has lots of triangle pieces in it, and I wanted to show you a couple of ideas on how you could quilt this. Now, the first thing I wanted to do is just some straight line quilting. This is kind of like a pinwheel within a star. And so I want to kind of emphasize the motion of this pinwheel as it would be spinning around. And so one thing I think I want to do would be to do just a 1/4 inch outline, and then I'm going to come in about 1/2 inch and do another line. And then I'm just going to come over here and do 1/4 inch, go over about 1/2. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not getting real crazy about the distance between here. I just want more distance between these two lines as opposed to the seam and the first line of quilting. So I'm going to go over to the ditch, come back over, and then do this piece, and then come over and then do this one. And I think I'm going to leave these unquilted. I'm just going to let that go. Now for the outside, I'm going to do the same thing. The outside triangles. Now sometimes we get to where we feel like we have to do really heavy quilting and everything, and you really don't need to. To get a nice finished look on your quilt, you just need it to have it kind of as balanced as you can get it. And then I'm just stitching over from piece to piece so that I don't have to stop and start. And just keep going all the way around. Do that one a little bit better. And then I'm also going to show you some background ideas. I haven't been doing that in these blocks because the way I decide on my background depends on how I put the blocks together, and I haven't decided on this quilt yet how I'm going to do that. But I'll give you some ideas so that you'll have some ideas on things that you can do. In this one, I think what I would do in here would be just to emphasize this again, but instead of just 2 lines of quilting, I'm going to do 3. And then I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to cross hatch. And with this being the outside, you know, that's going to be in the seam. That looks like I'm putting a little triangle there, but that will be in the seam, so you won't see that. So this is what I would do on the outside, or the background of these blocks. So we'll just have crosshatch, or you could do like a starburst, something like that. But I think I would go with the crosshatch and then this. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to go ahead and do the same, maybe a little bit closer together here, and then in these pieces we'll do it close together again and leave these unquilted. So we've got the same look in both of the printed fabrics. Just like this. And then I'm going to leave those 2 backgrounds unquilted. Now for the star points, I want to do them a little further apart. And then just stitch around however you need to get to where you want to go, so you don't have to break your thread. Like this. Just stitch through to your next point. There you go. Now for this background, what I want to do is some curved lines, so we're going to do this little petal design. And I forgot this one here, so let's put that one in. And this one I'm going to do the same thing. And you have to remember you've got a 1/4 inch seam here. And then I've got me some guidelines here. So I'm going to go around like this. And what my goal is to have this petal pointing out, this one on the corners pointing in, because if I have 4 of these blocks together, this will make a full flower here. So I want to do that. And let's see if I can get this corner to do what I want. This is another one where I'm having to reverse the way my brain's working, and that does not always work well for me. So this one's going to be pointing out, and this one's going to be pointing in. So if I can remember which way I want them to go, that helps. Out. And this one will be pointing in. There you go. Have a completed design. Now on this one I want to treat this center as one piece, and I'm going to be using the seam lines as a guide, and I want to put some hearts in here. And I'm going to start with a curved line, and then I'm going to put the heart in here. Another curved line, and a heart. And you can see how I'm using these seams as a guide for how I put these curves in. Now if you have templates, you can use those and just trace around them. Now I'm ending here, and I'm just going to do some continuous curve around the outer star points. And then for the background, I'm going to do the same heart design. And here, I'm going to put me some guidelines here. And then for here, we're going to put the heart go in the opposite direction. We want this to go this way. So this one is going to go out, and the next one is going to go in. Make those hearts as fat or as skinny as you like. And there you go, you made your way all the way around that block. Okay, for this one I'm going to do something a little bit more kind of modern, be more of a modern look. I'm going to start in the center, and I'm going to come up to here, go across and back, and I'm going to do that on both sides of these triangles here. There you go. And I'm just eyeballing this, I'm not measuring. So there we have our center. And then I'm going to do the same on the outside. So I ended here, and with this I'll just stitch over. And I'm going to come down and ditch. Ditch back over. And ditch over here again. And then my last triangle there. Whoops, one more triangle. There we go. So we have that. And then for the background, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the same thing see if I end here, let's do, and we can leave it like this, or we could ditch the center if we want to. And then I want to do just a ribbon candy here. Just some nice flowy design in there. And then we'll do the same here. So here you have two different looks. This has a seam in it, or the quilting line in it. This one does not. So you have two different looks there. And then for my last design, I'm going to do some loops. And I'm just going to loop through this whole thing, do something a little bit different in here. But I'm going to start in the center, and I'm just going to loop. And I'm using this seam right here as kind of a guide as to where those loops end. And this will go really fast. And I'm going to come out to here, and this one I'm going to do maybe a spiral. And you can have your spirals going whichever direction you want. And I've got some of these turned different directions here. There we go. And then for the background, I'm going to start over here and loop. And then I want to see some guidelines here, and then I'll loop through here. So we have this design repeated here. So here are a couple of ideas on different ways to do the Martha Washington star block.
Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links. And to keep up with my newest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.